My name's Hank Hughes. I'm a music producer mentor, and yeah, I started back in the day when I was a youngster playing guitar. When my mother bought me a guitar when Jimi Hendrix died, that shows you at my age. And later during the 80s I was in a couple of fairly successful rock bands. Towards the end of all of that, I found myself falling into production purely by accident. I was picked up by a lady who owned a record label called WDR Records, who contracted me and a colleague of mine to write some songs. She'd heard some stuff that I'd done, and basically we booked a studio to do it. When we went up to pay the chap, he was in his office with his hands in his head. And I said, "What's wrong with you?" And he said, "Well, they're coming to take my equipment away." You know, I'm going bust. And basically me and a couple of friends did a deal with him and took over the studio, and found ourselves not just engineering and recording people, but writing and producing them basically. Our main artist at the moment is a young lady by the name of Emily Sandé, who we just got the very good news last week. She sold over 1 million records, so it's the best, biggest selling album this year. But we work with many artists, such as Naughty Boy. He's got his own album coming out at the moment, and he's the guy mainly behind Emily Sandé, who I helped discover. Leona Lewis, JLS, Professor Green, Coldplay, Mary J. Blige, Beyonce, Cheryl Cole, I mean Pixie Lott. You name it, they've been here. We're very fortunate to find ourselves in the position we're in, where we're probably the #1 production company in the UK. A lot of the producers here I brought through and mentored.
I'm Biggs.
I'm Amish.
We're a production team called The Deuce, and we've been producing together for about a year now. I got into music about the age of 17, so I'm mainly self-taught, and went to college for a while, learned all the technical side of producing music, and then just worked at doing it that way.
I was about 13, started DJing and stuff, and then ended up producing, just self-taught myself, piano and all that stuff, and then getting my songs to songwriters and singers, and yeah, went from there really.
So the kind of music that we kind of do is mainly like pop, hip-hop, R&B, do a bit of dance as well.
Music's changing constantly. It's just a cycle of genres and that keep going round and round every, I'd say, 5 to 10 years. So whatever's going to be in 10 years, it's already happened, but it will just be reinvented with a slight new sound.
I think the form of music that we're seeing at the moment, with what we used to call Europop, which the Americans now call R&B, Rihanna and so on and so forth, I think we'll see a lot more of that. But as music does evolve over the next few years, you'll see certain things creeping in that will influence the way that music is going to happen in that year, you know, as a trend. As a producer, I do mainstream pop, hip-hop, drum and bass and so on and so forth. Personally, I'm into rock music. That was my upbringing, my musical education, if you were. Back in the days, I would have, in the 80s, it would have been Van Halen. In the 90s, it would have been Alice in Chains. Around about now, My Bloody Valentine or whoever. And you'll find that that's what I'll probably be doing when I'm driving home, you know, of an evening. But that isn't to say that I still do love a bit of grime and a bit of hip-hop and so on and so forth, and indeed I'm working in those areas anyway at the moment, so you know, that's my thing. Because of the position I'm in, I can pretty much start and finish work pretty much when I want, so you know, giving suitable notice, I would of course you know, arrange with the client or the artist the day before, a few days before. We'll start 12 o'clock on Wednesday or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and we go and make a start and we finish when we finish. Whereas a lot of the young guys that I've brought through in production nowadays, you'll probably find they'll start somewhere between 10 and 12 and probably end up working through the night very often.
It depends from week in to week out. Like some weeks we have massively busy weeks, so we'll do like quite long days sometimes, like we have sessions especially, so maybe like 9-10 hour day on one day, and that might be like from Monday up till Sunday possibly. So the majority of the time it is can be busy like that. We can find that we take some time out to work on ideas and stuff, so we'll find that we won't have like people who are coming in for sessions, but we'll just all come in ourselves again, that could be like another 9-10 hours, but it's a bit more of a relaxed time because we're not just working ideas of our own and get things going.
I think we are very fortunate in my company to be in the business that we're in.
We've got 10 studios here and a set of producers in each, and we've been very lucky, very fortunate, and we enjoy what we do.